Welcome to the Verify Pipeline Execution 15.9 Kickoff. My name is jheimbuck, Product Manager for the Pipeline Execution Group here at GitLab. As a reminder, this group is responsible for GitLab CI, pipeline processing, as well as the category of merge trains. And I'm joined today, as always, by the Pipeline Execution Product Designer, Vitika. You'll find a link to the 15.9 Kickoff page for the group with links to these items and the Verify Stage direction page with discussion of our future work within the stage within the group in the comments below the video. You can always reach me at jheimbuck@gitlab.com or through comments on items with the group pipeline execution label that are within the GitLab project. So I'm already sharing my screen, and our theme for this milestone is pipeline performance and scale. So I wanted to dig in a little bit today on some of the maintenance work, or what we would describe as maintenance work, that we're doing to improve performance of pipeline creation and scaling of GitLab CI as GitLab.com usage continues to grow. So we kicked off the quarter with a goal of improving the time it takes to create a pipeline on average by 50%. One of the next things that we're working on to do that is to make some of the steps in the process of pipeline creation asynchronous. And one example that the team is working on within right now 15.8, but we're going to be rolling out in 15.9. It got started early, was the auto cancellation of pipeline, or moving cancel pending pipeline step to run asynchronously. So we think that that will reduce the duration it takes to create a pipeline happening in real time by 15 to 20%. So that's a big improvement. It isn't applicable to every pipeline, but it is a step that we can take towards our larger goal of improving that pipeline creation time. And then one of the other big things that the team is going to be working on, as we've worked through the issues that we've been able to identify, is adding some tracing code into the pipeline creation service. That'll enable us to better see with data where there might be bottlenecks in the process that we can tackle later. And then this is just part of a larger goal across the stage within Verify of making GitLab CI faster that we're going to be working on throughout the next year, covering things like pipeline shape, how fast your pipeline is going to run based on the jobs and stages, test feedback, as well as the types of machines that you could run on. And you'll see a lot of discussion about that on the stage direction page. And then our CI scaling group, or CI scaling initiative, we have the goal of stopping the growth of the existing CI built metadata table. This is one of the larger tables within the database. And there's a lot of metadata associated with jobs that they run, and we've been storing it for a long time. So the team is going to work on starting to write and read data from the new CI build metadata partitions. And they started to work on two issues within 15.8, partitioning that CI builds table and appending the partition ID to the query so that they can start to use the new partitions, and expect that work to roll out in 15.9. It's a big step for the team as they get away from one giant table to starting to use smaller versions of the table and creating new partitions as we need to improve performance for customers and see less downtime as it relates to these really large tables in the CI build data. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Vitika to talk about some of the upcoming usability improvements and research that the team is exploring for later in the year.
Thank you, James. So for the coming milestone, I do have some items which are like more about analyzing the previous researches. But as for the new ones that I'm going to undertake, this is the first solution validation for adding custom names to pipelines. In 15.7, we delivered a feature through our internal contribution that allows users to add a name to their pipeline, a custom name, using the keyword workflow names. And I mean, we had a lot of discussions on the issues. We were very confident of the use cases that we were catering to, but it's time that we also talk about how our users are now finally using this particular feature, and how they are incorporating this in their workflows, and how is it that we can make it more usable, learning from those interviews, from those conversations. And the next item that I'll be looking at this milestone is this issue that talks about displaying the total shared runner execution time, or the CI/CD minutes consumption per pipeline on the pipeline details page. So currently, the only place where one can go and get an insight into what their consumption of CI/CD minutes is like is on the usage quota page. But with the change that we had introduced recently in the CI cost factor for public projects, to make sure that our users are more watchful of the minutes that they're consuming, this is a really good issue that it's the suggestion that is provided through this issue, that we should be providing that information on the pipeline detail page, which is a very visited page, and that's where one gets to see all the information about all the running pipelines. So why not also present some information around how much minutes a particular pipeline that has finished has consumed? And that should be all. Back to you, James.
Awesome. So we're so excited for 15.9. I'm really excited for what the research tells us about displaying that total shared runner time. Those concepts have been kind of hard to tease apart to think about how much time runners spend versus how much wall clock time a pipeline takes. So
Yeah,
that'll
it's
be
confusing.
really fun to dig into the insights. So yeah, we're so excited for 15.9. If you have any questions about these issues or any open pipeline execution issue, you can always email me at jheimbuck@gitlab.com or tag me on any of those issues. Thanks.